Ahoy! Welcome into the Junk Drawer Podcast, part of the Korked Podcast Network. If you think the Milk Crate Challenge is dumb, just wait till you listen to this podcast. Today is August 30th, 2021. What is up, junkies? I'm Austin. That's AD. What's up, AD?
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the man who eats 2 McDonald's sausage patties, a breakfast sandwich daily, drinks 5 Cokes a day, and eats Dairy Queen ice cream every week. I'm not talking about Jerry Jones. I'm talking about Warren Buffett. Happy birthday, Warren Buffett.
Happy birthday, Warren Buffett. Man, I feel like we should have done something in honor of the man. Also, when you read off that order, I was 1,000% thinking you were going Ben Roethlisberger.
Thought it was Jerry. Oh, Ben Roethlisberger. Another good guess. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Guys, we're legally required to tell you to subscribe, rate, and review if you're listening to the podcast. If you're watching the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. No, not Instagram. Oh, gosh. Instagram.
Huh.
We'll get to Instagram in a little
sneak
bit.
Peek. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get to Instagram in a little bit. But Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, go ahead and hit that retweet button, hit that share button. Let's get more people in here. The more people we have in here, the more fun it can be. And because you guys can interact with the show, you can comment along. You can join us in our discussion. The best comments get added to the show. We've had some really funny commenters in previous weeks, and we hope to keep that going. We want you guys to bring your greatness to this show, because it's our show. It's not just our show.
It's our show collectively. Yes.
It's a collective us. It's a collective we. So feel free to comment along as we go. We'll have a Frank fact to end the show. We'll get into good, as back, always. Ugly. Yeah, as we do. AD, quick, name a song.
Oh, this one's easy. Jail. Off
Jail.
The new album Donda. Oh, not part two. We're talking about Jail Part 1.
Yeah, because Jail Part 2 did not make it onto the album, did it?
But it did. I don't know what
did it? Okay. I mean, he was complaining that it didn't.
Yeah, I heard it. So
yeah. No, that's great. All right. So Jail. Wow, AD, good job. Name a woman now.
Donda.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. All right. R.I.P. But it's fair, right? That's fair game.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, it's a woman. We didn't say dead or alive. At least you said an actual woman instead of what was it? Little Debbie, or who'd you say that 1 week?
Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker. Yeah.
Which many of you out there who may think she's a real person, she's not.
Betty Crocker, not a real person. So what we do is we play we have our staple segment on this podcast called Good, Back, and Ugly, where we hit you with a good of the week, a back of the week, and an ugly of the week. And as we do, I mean, obviously, we start with our guy, AD. AD, what do you got for your good of the week?
Well, I have a little video. This made its rounds a couple days ago, but I have to bring it up on the podcast here. It's a great video, and it'll just make you laugh for sure.
Okay.
And this was in the video here. It's coming right here. All right. So we're at the Little League World Series. We have a couple kids, watching the game, and there's a picture being shown.
Yeah. There's a picture of a woman for our podcast audience, a picture of a woman which appears to have large breasts.
And as you can see, one kid is showing the other kid his phone, and the camera work is excellent on this video. I mean, the zoom in to see exactly what the kid was looking at, and then to zoom out to pan out to see his reaction just made it. Just
a woman showing a lot of cleave is what I can see, and just a couple of little leaguers sitting up on the hill in the outfield of a Little League World Series game.
And the kid's reaction is, how would you describe it? It's more of like just like
in awe, in awe.
It's just like a couple buddies, just showing some skin to a friend.
These kids are young enough to where it's like they probably just stopped breastfeeding themselves. So he's probably just like, man, I'm so thirsty right now.
I mean, so these kids are 12, right? They're in the World Series. They have to be 12.
They have to be 12. Yeah. So But let's just say these aren't the 12-year-olds that like have like mustaches or like hit their growth spurts early. These are the young looking 12-year-olds.
Yes.
But look, as most kids are, and most adults are, just men in general, just wowed by the bosoms of
it's you could tell this kid has Google searched boobs before.
Yeah, right. I want to know what he's looking at. Like, is it an Instagram? Do you think it's an Instagram or like a TikTok?
Like who is this lady? Who is this?
Right.
This woman?
Yeah, like where did he find said female?
I mean, my first instinct would say Google. It had to be that. It had to be that.
Straight up Googled.
Yeah, but just ridiculous to have caught this on camera, and of course, it made its rounds in the internet.
I mean, like you said, well done to the camera person for being able to snap this. Like that was like because it's literally like as they're coming back from commercial on Little League World Series broadcast, and they just happened to catch that. Like, and this kid is just like you could just tell he lets out an audible sigh.
Can you blame the cameraman though? Because let's remember the fact that he is filming Little League World Series. It can get a little boring at times, right? You gotta get some entertainment in there. You gotta get a little mix up, and I mean, to his credit, he made something go viral. So I mean, hats off to him, really.
Yeah, what's that? What's the kid drinking too? Is that an energy drink? Has to be, right?
It from a distance, it almost looks like a Truly or something, like a seltzer or something. but we have to remind ourselves these kids are 10. So I mean, or 12 rather. So he's not drinking. But I
mean, who knows if these dudes are already freaking checking out porn on their phones, like they might they may be drinking too. We don't know. Kids these days grow up so much faster than we did.
Yeah, like these kids are already in high school for all that we know.
But they could, they're probably acting like it. That's for sure.
Right.
All right. So my good of the week. So I actually had just found this out literally right before we came on this podcast. I got an Adam Schefter tweet alert. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
those are always fun, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, because you never know where it's going to go. Today he had a typo in one of his tweets and he had to correct it. He said the bus is releasing, and what he meant to say was Bucks.
The Bucks. I did see that. Yeah.
And so then the next tweet he made a Jerome Bettis joke. Adam Schefter, just the go-to source for comedy.
Does he have someone tweet for him, do you think? Or is it?
I think he tweets himself. He has to, right.
Or his daughter, maybe?
With the amount he tweets?
I've had some hunches that it's just been his daughter a couple times. But
really? Wait,
yeah.
I kind of want to dig a little deeper into this.
Well, you know how his daughter, she did like some sideline reporting. She's done like interviewed a couple of players. I think it's just he's like grooming her to be the next Adam Schefter.
So she has access to his account.
I think little by little he's giving her little pieces of things to do, and maybe today was one of those mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. It just feels like that would be another step into getting the news to the people, and you know how Schefter wants to be first. So I almost feel like,
and Ian Rappaport too. So
right, yes.
You see a Schefter tweet, you better believe within a minute or 2 minutes you will see an Ian Rappaport tweet. Very similar, but a little different.
So I saw this tweet. The Browns have released former 4th round pick safety Sheldrick Redwine per source. Now I just want I want us to take a quick moment of silence for LeBron James. As we know, the Browns are one of his favorite teams.
Wow.
Keyword one of.
Yes.
And I just think it's sad because here it was like one of his favorite teams, and they had a guy on their team named Redwine. Like,
do you think that they had to have drafted him because of LeBron?
They had to have. Like, LeBron had to have weighed into that decision. Like, how do we win LeBron's fandom back from the Dallas Cowboys? I think we draft this safety named Redwine. That's really sheesh. And they let him go. Oh no, I guess no. Tomorrow's Taco Tuesday, so LeBron will.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
could you imagine if that happened on Taco Tuesday? Oh gosh,
that would be the saddest Taco Tuesday in LeBron's life. But no, my other good of the week, and this is one that that I think we have all seen so far. Hang on, let me.
I'm glad you're bringing this up.
Can you see it?
I can't.
I mean, can you hear it though? Can you hear it?
I could hear it. Yeah.
All right. So I need to tweet this out. But all right. So as we all know, Trent Dilfer is the head coach at Lipscomb Academy in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. He used to live right down the street from Lipscomb. I had a lot of friends that went to Lipscomb.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a little personal for you then. This is
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
And we all know that Trent Dilfer was the luckiest quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl. Let's just throw that out there. Luckiest.
Yeah.
If Ray Lewis wasn't on the team, then he may not even be coaching high school if he didn't win that Super Bowl. So.
And that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because, you're right. It's let's be real with ourselves. Trent Dilfer, has no business being in the quarterbacks who have won a Super Bowl camp, in that club, but somehow he is. And go ahead.
Also, to his credit, though, he's turned it into not only a high school football coaching career, but a broadcast career. He was, remember the Dilfer Dime for the longest time there?
The Dilfer Dimes, yeah. He had a TV analyst. I think one of my most favorite Trent Dilfer sayings on TV was, what did he say? He goes, "You can't lose the game in this league and still win," which is oh damn, that's so true.
That's like an ancient proverb right there. That's
it really is an ancient proverb
you could ever say.
So he's coaching Friday night. This has to be Lipscomb Academy's either first or second game of the season, and he's coaching his team at Lipscomb. And this video went viral over the weekend. And he's just grabbing a dude, and he's pushing him back, and he's yelling, and he's screaming. You can hear him in the video. Let me see if I can get the sound on for this video.
Dilfer doesn't like when his players talk back.
The video is almost ruined because of that stupid TikTok voice, but
sit down. He's yelling at the dude. Sit down. Ah! And it's
in his face.
Yeah. Right. And it's we've all, if you've played football, you've probably been chewed out by a coach like this before. It's happened. And it's just funny because it's Trent Dilfer. And, a lot of people are like, oh, he has no business being a head coach. He shouldn't. He's a bad head coach. Here's a counterpoint for you. Maybe he's just a great offensive line coach. Do we ever think about that? Look at this form. Okay.
I mean, he's up under the pads. He's got good level. He's lower than this man.
His hands are inside. Are inside. He's driving him back, pushes him, and then he directs him. In fact, he didn't even have to pancake block him. He just tells him to get on the ground himself. He just points.
He
did. And the kid listened. Kid didn't get the sack. You know what the coaches say? They say, "Do as I do, not as I say."
He's leading by example here.
By example, AD, and that's what you want out of a coach. To me, Trent Dilfer is okay. You say he's not a great head coach, and he has no right to treating kids this way. Or maybe he's just a great offensive line coach. There we go. How about that?
I love that. But honestly, anyone who's outraged by this video clearly hasn't played football, or at least played football in the last 10, 15 years, because this is stuff like this happens every single day on the football field. This is not a big deal. I thought when I saw the headline, I was like, oh my God, what did Trent Dilfer do? I was like, did he hurt someone? Did he is there an issue? Did he do something really bad with hurting a high school kid? But no, the only thing he hurt was maybe that kid's feelings.
Oh yes. yes. And let's just say those kids' feelings are questionable for next week's game. They're day to day right now. Okay? It is. And not to brag, but AD and I, we both played high school football.
We dabbled.
And Yeah, we dabble a little football. And like if we took our shirts off right now, it's a good thing we probably have our shirts on. You'd see so much hair on our chest because we are as manly as they come. So it's like
I was thinking
Trent
that.
Dilfer treating a high school player like this, it's like, so what? Big whoop. All right. Maybe the kid deserved it. Maybe the kid needed a little chewing out. And
look,
I will say,
did you hear the TikTok voice? Trent Dilfer doesn't like when his players talk back.
So his player was clearly talking back before this video came out. And
does anyone like that? Talking back?
Not to put blame on a high school kid, because that's probably not the right take to have, especially on the internet in 2021. But look, the kid slams the helmet down. Look, two-handed bounce pass. Like right there. And then like he's showing a little attitude. And then he's like, Trent Dilfer's got his get back coach. The trainer's like, why don't you take a seat there, bud? And then just chalk this one up as a loss. This is AD and I are like, we're basically like, we're tough guys. And we just want to prove that by saying, oh, this is nothing. This is nothing. Philip Bernard says, Dilfer sounding like a fortune cookie. Wait, I don't know. Get that. Do you get that?
No, I don't get it, but it's a funny comment for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, look, I'll take it. It sounds funny.
Yeah.
It sounds funny.
Telling him to sit down? I don't. Yeah.
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, no. Now that I think about it, he does sound exactly like a fortune cookie.
Like a fortune cookie, yeah.
Look, I'll take it.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Philip.
Oh, did my freaking mic cut out? I think it did. Hang on.
It sounds a little soft. Well, while we have some technical difficulties here, I believe. Now it's muted for you. Or you're muted. Yourself is muted up there.
My mic, my battery died on my mic box, so I'm just gonna go headphone mic from here on out. How about that?
Okay. Well, it sounds better than it did, so that's good. That's good.
So Trent Dilfer, I'm gonna say my good of the week, because he's a great offensive line coach, in my opinion. Hands inside, drove the kid back, really led by example, and I think that's important. That's important in today's coaching,
It is,
because kids these days, like obviously, like you can't be. You can't be too aggressive with them with your words, or else like people are going to freak out. So like you got to show them by example, and that's what Trent Dilfer did. So, and then finally, my last good of the week at Korked2 on Instagram. People, if you're listening if you can hear my voice right now, go follow.
That's
Philip
what
Bernard
it was for.
Philip Bernard saying it was the whole "you can't lose the game and still win" thing, which that is a great.
That needs to be on a fortune cookie. That needs to be on a fortune cookie. Well played, Philip.
Yeah, Philip. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can pull that. Here it is. Boom, got it. Here we go. This is the clip we're in reference to, and Philip, our man Philip Bernard, is also in reference to. I hope you can hear it.
No, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it. No. Damn it.
Mm-mm. But just seeing who was the other person in that clip? I see Trent Dilfer.
Oh no! Wait! No! I didn't even pull up the right clip. I didn't even pull up the right clip. Here's the right clip. Can you hear that?
You cannot lose games in the NFL and still win. So
yes,
is that
you
cannot lose games in the NFL and still win. You can't. You can't.
I mean, but think about that on a deeper level. Like, so he's talking about playoffs. He's talking about the future. He could be talking about draft picks for all that we know. Like, I mean,
you find me one team in the NFL that has lost a game in the NFL and still won.
I'm having a really hard time coming up.
I am too, dude. I am too. And that is why this dude is head coaching material. That is why Trent Dilfer is as good as they get, And again, look, I grew up in the Middle Tennessee area, okay? Lipscomb Academy, I know a ton of people that went to Lipscomb. It's a private school. Private school kids, as a public school guy.
little sheltered.
I'm not gonna say shelter, but I'm gonna say could pop off easy. Could be little spoiled, if you will. Like I'm not saying.
Well,
I'm just
that makes
saying.
sense. That makes sense.
And so maybe the kid was like being a little like too entitled, and Trent Dilfer was like, "Bro, all right, I was the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, I was the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, I was the quarterback and did not lead my team to a Super Bowl as well as the linebacker did. Okay, don't talk to me about entitled. Don't talk to me about spoiled." All right. You can't win games in the NFL and still lose.
Remember that. And I'm actually picturing that this kid, like, I'm sure like he didn't want to go out for like punt team or something like that, or like kickoff. And he's like, no, I don't want to go out and kick off. And then like, Trump, like,
he didn't want to do special
down.
team.
Yeah. Well, then you're going to sit on the bench then,
Yeah. In fact, that's probably exactly how it went down. I'd be willing to bet. I'd be willing to put my life savings on it.
If the video were to start before that, yes, I think it would.
Yeah, right. If the video started right before that, it was like, all right, number 4, come on, get out there on the kickoff team. He's like, I don't want to do kickoff team. And then it was like, oh, you don't? Or
I'm gonna make an example out of you.
Or number 4 was like, hey, coach, do you mind showing me that great blocking technique? And he's like, yeah, sure.
And then it went viral on TikTok.
Yeah, and then sure enough, it's the video we know of now. So, all right, AD, what do you got for your back of the week?
Okay, so over the weekend, Drew Brees made his debut in the booth. Did you catch that?
I caught a little glimpse of it. Yeah, I caught a little bit of it.
So he made his debut, but my back of the week is his hairline. Drew Brees' hairline. So the fine folks over at Pick Six Podcasts went ahead and pulled up a little comparison here to see Drew's hair through the years. And
oh my gosh.
2014, it's basically already gone. Like, I don't even think Just for Men or the Hair Club is going to save you on that one. Like,
yeah, no.
I think LeBron might be envious of how much hair Drew had back then, actually. But
yeah,
then you moved to 2020. He tried to hide it. He tried to do the old like, I just shaved my head anyway. It's my
yeah.
I don't
hairline. What hairline,
hair.
bro? I shave it. Which is like, that's the last ditch effort. Once you see guys like shave their heads, like I have a few friends who started to lose their hair in their 20s, and like by the time they turned 30, they went shaved head look. That's always a tough look because it's like, we know why you went shaved head. It's tough.
It's hard to recover from that.
it's hard to come back from that. But you've got a photo of Drew Brees that did.
So Drew Brees back from the dead, I guess. I mean, a miraculous recovery. And you know what I think he would pull? You know what I think he would say? Because this is 1 year after he retired, I guess, before he handed over the reins to Jameis Winston. This is only 1 year's time, but he would definitely say, well, I don't have to wear a helmet anymore. So that's why my hair grew back. It's the helmet that made me lose my hair.
Yeah.
And miraculously it made a comeback. And here,
as someone who's not good at science, that logic actually makes sense to me. It's probably nothing about it is true, but for my dumb science brain, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, and especially like someone like you or I, who's pretty much wearing a hat at all times, like that logic just does not make sense. As if like there's something in a helmet that just does not allow your hair to grow.
Yeah.
But I think Drew, he should have realized that that people were going to go in the archives. Like, Drew, you're not fooling anyone here. Like this.
Well, this is like the Brian Urlacher. The Brian Urlacher who went from completely bald 1 year to all of a sudden just having hair, and it like creeped the hell out of all of us. It was like, whoa, what? I didn't even know Brian Urlacher could grow hair. It's like
that's
if
freaky. Yeah, that's freaky.
it's like if something you don't expect, it all of a sudden just becomes a chia pet. It's like my microphone right here. Like if my microphone, like if I came back tomorrow and my microphone just had like grass growing out of it, I'm like, you mean to tell me this thing's been a chia pet this whole time?
This entire time. And
yeah, that's Drew Brees.
The comments are just hilarious on this too. Like, damn, football must have been stressful as hell. Like, no.
Not having to put a helmet on every day.
Someone said it. Someone said it. See? Oh my god.
See?
People actually believe that shit.
Yeah. I mean, look, and tell me this, does Drew Brees look a lot like Jason Witten in that 2021 photo? Like for our podcast audience, like there's a photo of Drew Brees in the booth sitting next to Al Michaels, and he looks, if I just like looked at it real quick, I'd be like, that's Jason Witten in the booth.
Like, you'd be saying, like, why the hell did ESPN bring Jason Witten back? Like,
right.
And here we are.
Right.
Here we are. We're like, wait, this guy actually doesn't sound too bad, Like, because honestly, I didn't watch this game at all. I'm over preseason. I'm ready for regular season. Do we know how he sounded? Did he sound good? Like with Al Michaels? Was it
so?
A good
all
pairing?
I saw was Al Michaels asked him if late in the season, if a team's quarterback goes down, which would probably be the Colts. Let's just assume Carson Wentz. When Carson Wentz goes down,
he's made of glass.
And Drew Brees' phone rings, and Al Michaels made some joke about it, and your phone rings, and it's not Publishers Clearinghouse. Okay, it's like, all right, that's a dated joke there, Al Michaels.
That's the oldest that.
Al
that
Michaels,
joke turned over in its grave. Yeah.
His joke is showing his age worse than Drew Brees' hairline is.
Yeah.
Like so he puts Drew Brees on the spot, which credit to Al Michaels, dude, a pro's pro, literally asking the question we're all wondering, like, is Drew Brees fully retired? And Drew's like, well, no, I like playing catch with my sons, and and throwing batting practice to my sons, and then like basically saying like I'm pretty much retired. But it's like there was a little bit of that hesitancy to make us wonder, like maybe.
Well, I interpreted that a different way. That makes me think that he knows his arm is shot. Like all he can do is really just throw batting practice. Like. We all saw him last year. It was painful to watch. He could barely throw it 20 yards. So,
and that's fair. But here, counterpoint. Last year, we also thought his hairline was shot.
Yes. Okay. All right. You got me on that one. You got me on that one.
You never know. So
we shouldn't count him out. We should not count him out.
Never count out Drew Brees unless it's like an NFC Championship game or something. Unless it's a playoff game. Never count out Drew Brees.
Oh, geez. Well,
all right.
Back. His hair is at least.
His hair is back. My back of the week is Kanye West. Kanye West is back, folks. People are wondering, is Kanye West back? I'm here to tell you, Kanye West is back. And you can say what you will. There's a lot of people out there who don't like Kanye West. I get it. I had one guy jump into my Twitter mentions this week and was like, I have never listened to a Kanye West song in my entire life. And it's like, or he's like, I'm proud to say I've never heard a Kanye West song in my entire life. It's like, first of all, there's no way that's true. There's not. Like, if you're an adult human being from America, you have heard a Kanye West song at some point. You just don't realize you have.
Unless he literally lives under a rock and has not been outside of that rock for 25 years.
Osama bin Laden died in 2010 and literally lived under a rock. And I'd be willing to bet that he heard a Kanye West song at some point. Like, Kanye West is, he is as much a part of pop culture as anyone is. And obviously with the rollout of this album, Donda, named after his deceased mother, rest in peace.
All right.
It's finally here, and he obviously stretched out this rollout. He did the stadium listening parties. He lived in said stadiums that he had these parties at. It was a very long, drawn out process. We were expecting this album at the beginning of August. Okay,
is that how long ago it was? I knew it was a long time, but
I'm pretty sure it was the first Friday in August we were expecting this album to drop. But instead, he did these listening parties and he kept it going. Well, Sunday morning, the album finally drops. 27 songs, many featuring artists on this thing. Jay-Z, DaBaby, Kid Cudi. I don't know. I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Did Travis Scott make an appearance on that? He might have.
Let's say so. Let's say yes. All right. Drew Brees' Hairline has a featuring verse.
It's back. It's back.
All right. Like literally everyone who's everybody. Right. In fact, I asked Frank for his Frank fact this week to be the number of guys to just list off the people that all have featured verses on this album. And he was like, I can't. He's like, I wouldn't be able to get it to you in time for the podcast record. And I was like, well, that's probably the truth. Yeah. Right. We don't want this podcast to be 2 hours. So,
yeah.
But Kanye West is back, and a lot of sports references in Donda. Okay. I've got a list of the sports references in Donda. And AD, while I tweet this out, have you listened to Donda yet?
I did. I feel like there's maybe 3 songs I still have to listen to. I like it. I do think it could have been 10 to 12 songs shorter. Like it probably didn't need to be 27. Some of them sound very similar. I'm not crazy about the organs, like sort of like the gospel. Like I feel like he already did that.
Yeah, it does have a gospel feel to it. It's similar to Jesus is King.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. But overall, I'm happy with it. Do I think Drake's album will be better? I don't know. I think it could be if it's not 27 songs.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if Drake has 27 songs that he could put out right now, but
I know.
I think that,
I feel like
that wasn't that the whole competition though? Like Kanye was delaying it because of Drake's album, or at least I think that's what he was doing to compete with it. He wanted to go head to head with it. Like,
when is Drake's album coming out? Do we know?
September 3rd. So that's this
okay.
week.
Okay, so Kanye drops this album or it drops Sunday morning, but then he releases he posts to his Instagram, which his Instagram only has, which if you're on Instagram, follow at Korked2, drops Thursday. And we're actually going to drop it, unlike Kanye and Donda. We're not going to keep putting it off.
I'm not going to delay it any further.
Let's see if this will work. I don't know why my
so basically his Instagram says it's like a public outcry.
Here, AD, I'm putting
he's like airing his
AD,
grievances
I just sent you
on
the
Instagram.
link. Add it to the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, so Universal, apparently, according to Kanye's Instagram, Universal put this album out against his will. He did not want the album to come out yet, which I don't know why imagine him, like he wanted this album to take even longer to come out. So he posted this thing to Instagram saying, Universal put my album out without my approval and they blocked Jail 2 from being on the album. Which, did we ever confirm that Jail 2 was not on the album?
It is on the album. So
yeah, no, Jail Part 2. It's the 24th track on there. So he's even wrong about that. Yeah, so Jail Part 2 is on there, along with OK Part 2, Junior Part 2, and Jesus Lord Part 2. So there's multiple sequels in this album that all made it to the track. Go ahead.
I sincerely think that Kanye did not want the album to be dropped until September 3rd because of Drake's album being released. He wanted to go head to head with them. And
right.
it's
Well, and
convenient
Universal's like screw that. Let's not put it up head to head with another.
Yeah.
It's what movie studios do. They say, like, why would we go head to head with another big blockbuster? Let's just drop it now. And then sure enough, it's like it's breaking all these streaming records within the first like 24 hours.
But
it's wild.
I think Drake waited until today because he was waiting for Kanye's album to be released. That's when he released the date for his new album.
Oh,
so
okay.
It was very like orchestrated. Like they were from both sides. Like they were waiting. It was a big waiting game, like a shell game almost. Like
when you say Drake, you mean the guy from Degrassi?
Yes. The guy that got shot in Degrassi. Yeah.
Classic. So let's go over real quick the sports references made in Donda. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I want you to tell me I want you to rate these. Okay. I want you to rate these with how you feel these sports references are. Okay. In this song "Off the Grid," Kanye West sings, "They playing soccer in my backyard. I think I see Messi." All right. Now, I'm wondering if this is in relation to him living at Mercedes-Benz Stadium where the Atlanta United play.
Oh.
Atlanta Football Club. Lionel Messi was not ever at the stadium when he was there. No. So it's a bit of a lie if it is in reference to that. But he was, and remember he went to that MLS match in the same clothes that he wore from his first listening party.
Yeah. Or
People
is he talking about
his,
or is he talking about like his kids just like playing soccer in the backyard and like,
and his kids you think his kids are good at soccer?
His one of his kids might be Messi, and that's what he's thinking.
Well, now see, I like that as like a double entendre. If it's my kid's Messi, like they spill their food everywhere and everything. So, they playing soccer in my backyard.
He likes a clean house. You saw where he was living in the Falcon Stadium, like very clean, very clean,
very
not
clean
much to
guy.
It. Very, very basic.
That's a great point, AD. That's a great point, AD. Let's give that a 6. Okay, because we're not sure. Out of 10, 6 out of 10. Okay. In the song "Okay." Little Yachty sings, "My dog locked up had more home runs than Babe Ruth." Boom. It's a little dated of a reference, I would say.
It's a head scratcher though, because I maybe I'm not familiar with what the term home run means. Like what could be a home run that could get you locked up? You know what I mean? Like that's
my dog locked up had more home runs than Babe Ruth. Do you think he's like a home invasion? Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Had more home runs than Babe Ruth, but like there's been more there are literally 2 other players since Babe Ruth who have hit more home runs than Babe Ruth. So maybe his dog is either Barry Bonds or Hank Aaron. Rest in peace. Something to think about.
That one's a head scratcher. Little Yachty might have to clarify that one for us. So I'm gonna give that one a 4.
What about I'm gonna give that a 4. All right, I agree with that one. In the song "Junior," Kanye West sings, "Let me Giannis, I won with the Bucks, boy." So this is now. Look, I get on Little Yachty for not making a timely reference. Kanye makes a reference that's almost too timely, like it just happened.
Like he literally just wrote that verse last week.
He has written that verse since mid-July.
Okay, wait, read that one to me again. Giannis.
Let me Giannis. I won with the Bucks, boy. There's some in between there. Let me Giannis. I won with the Bucks, boy.
Is that a dig like at LeBron for making super teams? Like just like commentary on how Giannis did actually win with the Bucks, didn't go somewhere.
He won with the Bucks. Right. He did not. Yeah, he did not take the Bucks to play somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, full circle.
This is let's get deep with Kanye's lyrics here.
I give that
Also,
one a 9.
nothing better on the internet than a couple of white dudes breaking down Kanye West's lyrics.
Have you ever heard of that podcast that they actually do dissect lyrics? And like, I always wonder how they do that. Like how they. Yeah, they'll go through rap. They'll go through rap songs and go through line by line of all like a specific artist's songs and dissect their lyrics. But how do they do that? How do they know? Or is it just them guessing? Like we're guessing right now.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm saying it's exactly like we're doing it right now. You know, what's your rating for the honest line?
I like that one. That's a 9. That's a 9 for me.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 9. Giannis wins again. And then lastly, in Junior Part 2, the line by Playboy Cardi, he says, "I'm in Mercedes. This is not practice. I think this is again in reference to living in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
So once again, a very timely line. This is
well, and that's like now like our second reference that could be related to Kanye living in the stadium, which tells me that Kanye, like maybe Kanye, like at that first listening party, like the album wasn't even ready. I think that's when he started the album, and that's why it took so long for it to come out.
He said to tweak it a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Like here he is, like it's not perfected yet, or maybe it's like, oh, it's not started yet, Kanye. Like I'm on to you, dude.
Well, so been doing some driving, so we're listening to the Seth Rogen audiobook, which I would recommend to anyone out there. And he tells a story about Kanye. He tells a story about Kanye, and Kanye did a private listening party, or like not party because it was just him and Seth Rogen's wife. Or would you call that a party? Is it 3 people a party?
Three.
A party,
two's a crowd. Three's a company.
Okay, so
three's company.
It was
a crowd. 4, I think 4 is a party.
Okay, so it was a listening company. Kanye played all these songs for them. It was like 20 something songs. And this was years ago too. And he said whenever the album finally dropped, none of the songs that he played for them were on the album. So I feel like Kanye just has all these things that he's constantly working on that like
that. And that's the thing. It's like, you know how like when artists die, like 20 years later, we're like unreleased tracks from their, like, you know, like John Lennon, unreleased out like songs that like never hit. And like, then they get released as an album. We're going to get so many of those from Kanye. We might get more unreleased songs from Kanye after he's dead than we get actual songs released from him now that he's living.
I mean, we just had 27 on one album. So imagine what else he's working on behind closed doors.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's get to your oh wait, what are we going to give that one? I'm in Mercedes. This is not practice. What's the rating?
That could be the worst one yet. I'm giving that one like a 2.
A 2.
2.5.
Okay.
2.5.
All right. What do you got for your ugly?
I've got another video here. My ugly of the week. It's the milk crate challenge. So last week it was my good of the week, and this week it is my ugly of the week. And
okay.
You will know why in a second here. So there's our guy.
There's our guy,
Mr. John Sherman Smith Schuster. He so this video is hilarious to me for 2 reasons, and let me play the video here. Here's JuJu doing the milk crate challenge, and we didn't see the beginning of the video, so we don't really know how it went going up, but clearly, you know, he is successful in completing the milk crate challenge.
Definitely.
He steps down. He actually looks pretty good up there, but I just, it's a real head scratcher for me because number one, I know exactly where he is. He's on Pitt's campus. He's on Pitt. Okay. He's on Pitt's campus right now in front of the Cathedral Learning, the big building on Pitt's campus. So he's literally like driving over to Oakland in Pittsburgh and like meeting up with college kids to do the milk crate challenge. Like what is going on here? You are you are an NFL player. You have a game in a week and a half, and or 2 weeks, I guess, at this point, and you're like, how many people we're seeing get injured?
The viral sensation that we have seen left people with bloody noses, bloody
hospitalized,
faces, broken arms. Yeah, like just completely broken ribs. We've seen it all from this challenge. AD, I don't think you're going to like my take on this whole thing. But what was the biggest complaint about JuJu last year?
It's his off the field stuff, and this is exactly the dancing. The
dancing TikToks, like, the TikToks at center field, Corvette.
It's all the shit that has nothing to do with football. That's the thing,
right? So everyone was so mad at this guy last year for his dancing TikToks. Now he's moved on.
Yeah.
Now he's moved on to TikToks that feature no dancing.
Viral.
So you could say he's maturing. You could say he's maturing. You could say that JuJu listened to his haters. JuJu finally was like, all right, I'm not all right, fine. You don't want to see me dance? I'll try milk crate challenges instead. Let's see how that plays.
Do you guys like
this? And
better?
He's brilliant because now every Steelers fan is like hoping he goes back to the dancing. Now every Steelers fan is going to be like, please go back to the dancing. We're sorry we ever said anything about the dancing. Go back to that as long as you're not doing this.
We just don't want you to get hurt.
Look, JuJu's going galaxy brain, all right? He's going galaxy brain on everyone.
Big brain. But here's the part that I can't get past because I went to Pitt. I know what it's like over there.
H2P, hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt. I am an alumni. I am not a season ticket
holder
for Pitt. Not a season ticket holder for Pitt. But so JuJu is 24. So the normal college graduate, undergraduate is what, 22? So JuJu is 2 years removed from being college aged, or at least undergraduate aged. And he's going back to campus to like it just seems very off. Like I couldn't find myself going there 2 years after school and being like, "What's up? How do you do, fellow kids? You know, like let's do the TikTok challenge." Like he loves the limelight way too much, and like imagine if he did fall and hurt himself here, and someone caught it on video. Would the Steelers just release him? I feel like they would have no choice. Like, imagine how stupid of a headline that is. NFL superstar gets injured doing a viral video challenge on TikTok.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
The optics just aren't good. That's all.
Is this, like, who did JuJu play under just a couple of years ago?
Like at USC?
No, in Pittsburgh. His rookie season. Who did he play under?
Like coach, or what are you talking about?
No.
Oh, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown. Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So really, JuJu's just doing what he's been taught. JuJu's just been he's been taught to do dumb stuff over and over, which is exactly what his protege did. AB does dumb stuff.
This is my third eye opening up. Right, you're awakening me right now.
You can't get mad at JuJu for this. You have to get mad at the system, the system that was put in place by Antonio Brown, who's still doing dumb stuff. By the way, he's getting in fights down in practice against the Titans. So
it's like don't shoot the messenger type deal.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like. You can't get mad at, Mike Golick Jr. for getting into radio. Look what his dad did. Okay, Mike Golick Sr.
It was written in the stars, right? Like
it was written. Look, this is he's just doing what he was taught.
Manifest destiny here.
So look, so you're not thrilled with JuJu? As a Steelers fan, you're not thrilled with him?
It wouldn't be the first thing I'd want him to do with his free time, And I think it's funny because I first saw this post on Pitt Barstool and it was deleted within minutes. So I don't know if Juju's camp caught wind of it or something, but like, dude, we're in 2021. Look at all the people that are standing around him. Like, you think one person out there doesn't have their phone on you?
Right.
If you thought for 1 second that this video wouldn't get out, then maybe he is that dumb. I don't know.
And look, and I know you're very frustrated. You're very as a Steelers fan, you're like, you don't want to see your guy do the milk crate challenge. But again, here's another counterpoint. He completed the milk crate challenge. Like, we got to give him some credit there. We got to give him some props, dude.
I don't see Julio or AJ Brown going out there doing the challenge. So, I mean,
like, literally all last week, we did an entire segment on all of the fails that we have seen with the milk crate challenge.
Yes. Some people may have died.
Here we are
from those videos.
People could have died doing the milk crate challenge, and here JuJu is completing it successfully. Not a scratch on his body. I think that deserves some praise. I'm all for it. So
a round of applause. Well, good job, JuJu.
Good job, JuJu.
Good JuJu, perhaps.
That look, that's some good JuJu going into the season. People are asking. People are asking. All right. My ugly of the week. The Mets booing their fans.
Oh yeah.
You
mean the secret code? The secret code.
The secret code, yeah, which it is no longer a secret. We all know what the secret code is. Which that, like, first rule about Boo Club should be that, like, you don't talk about Boo Club, right?
Boo
like,
Club.
Like, if I'm the Mets, like, Javi, like, if you're gonna boo the fans, like, don't let it be known that's what you're doing. I don't know. Part of me thinks like that's kind of on them. But no. So as we all know, or as you may not know, Javi Baez was asked. Hang on, I need to.
Which I just can't get over the fact that they traded for him, and they're still in this position that they are right now. Like they're below 500.
The Mets have had a brutal August, like bad, like, and obviously I'm just talking about their record, let alone all of this crap that has happened on the field. They are something like 8-15 or something in the month of August when they came into the year 4 games. I think they had like a 4-game lead.
They did. They were leading the NL East. Yeah, they were leading the NL East. And
now all of a sudden they're almost out of it. They're almost out of the race now.
I think they basically are out of it.
Mets fans are frustrated. So in turn, the Mets players are frustrated because Mets fans are booing them. Can you hear this? Can you hear that?
No.
Okay. No. Damn it. All right. Well, so basically, Javi says, I play for the fans and I love the fans, but if they're going to do that, in referring to booing, they're putting more pressure on the team. And basically said that the team, whenever they get a double or a single or a hit or anything, they do a thumbs down back to their own dugout. Okay. And that is their way of booing the fans. Because if the fans are going to boo them when they don't have success, when the players do have success, they're going to boo the fans right back.
They're going to give it right back to them.
I mean, that's one way to approach it, I guess, if you want. I mean, personally, I don't think I would do that just because the fans are essentially the livelihood that is sports, that is the lifeblood.
Well, especially baseball.
Yeah, and you're probably thinking, like, this is as bad as it can get, right? This is as Mets as this situation can get, right? No, not even close, okay? Because shortly after this whole thing goes out, so Javi comes clean and says, we've been booing the fans because the fans suck. The New York Mets drop a statement, okay? Sandy Alderson, their president, 73 years old, by the way. Look, I'm not age shaming anyone, but there comes a point where as the game gets younger, there might be some disconnect there. Might be some out of touchness. We saw a little bit with Tony La Russa and the White Sox earlier this year. Okay. So Sandy Alderson drops this statement, and he says in a post-game press conference today, Javi Baez stated that his thumbs down gesture during the game was a message to fans who recently have booed him and other players for poor performance. These comments and any gestures by him or other players with similar intent are totally unacceptable and will not be tolerated. Mets fans are understandably frustrated over the team's recent performance. The players and the organization are equally frustrated, but fans at Citi Field have every right to express their own disappointment. This is the worst. Booing is every fan's right. The Mets will not tolerate any player gesture that is unprofessional in its meaning or is directed in a negative way toward our fans. I will be meeting with our players and our staff to convey this message directly. Mets fans are loyal, passionate.
Yeah, I don't know. About
passionate.
That.
Yeah, I'll give them passionate.
Can't take that away from them.
Yeah, knowledgeable.
I don't know about that one either. Yeah.
And more than willing to express themselves. Now that they are. That is the most truest sentence in the whole statement. We love them for every one of these qualities. Okay? Now, AD, let's say hypothetically you're the president of baseball operations for a Major League Baseball team. And let's say hypothetically your players start to boo the fans, okay, whenever they have any bit of
This is all hypothetical, yeah.
All hypothetical. Would you then drop a statement chastising your players for their actions and their conduct and take the side of the fans, knowing that probably at the end of the year, you're going to need to lure in some free agents to come play for your franchise and to come play at your city, come play for your team, to where you drop in a statement encouraging your fans that booing is great, boo the team as much as you want.
Keep booing them.
If they suck, boo the hell out of them. And if they try and boo you back, I'm going to rip them to shreds. All right? Would you do that if you were the president?
Well, and not to mention, I can't imagine the number of players that are going to request a trade from the Mets as a result of this.
Right.
Because
okay, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, and that's a great point. That's a great point. Now, if you're president, would you do this move?
Well, I guess how else would you handle it though? Because you need to be on one side. You can't, if you're going to make a statement, you got to be on one side.
I think what you do is you handle a lot of it internally, and you don't drop a statement publicly. You don't drop a statement.
That's probably the solution, right? Yeah.
Now, so then my next question is: you're a free agent. You're looking for a team, and the Mets come calling. Hey, AD, we're going to offer you a lot of money, knowing that if you suck, the fans are going to boo you, and if that bothers you in any way, the team is going to take the fan side.
Well, at the end of the day, the fans are probably paying all of their salaries, so maybe you have to do something like that.
Yeah, yes, but the fans aren't going anywhere. Like the fans, nobody's going to stop becoming a fan of the Mets because they had a really rough August. Like the Mets have had far rougher stretches than this August.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And Mets fans are still there.
Mets fans are still there. So they're disgust, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's got to hurt just knowing that like the Yankees are so hot right now too, right? Like that probably makes. I feel like if you're in New York, right, like that rivalry is just always there. The Subway Series, that it's just like a bitter, like you're not always like looking to see what they're doing, but like you're aware of it. You know what I mean? And like
right.
It's got to suck even worse knowing that the other team in New York is doing better than you.
Yeah, right. No, I get that, and that they've had to live with that for a long time now. Now, AD, I'm gonna do this. This is not something I want to do because I don't love the Mets. I don't really like them at all. But I'm gonna come in defense of the Mets real quick. Okay.
The Mets fans or the Mets? Okay.
Mets fans for booing poor play. Now, there's a lot of there's like this debate now of people are like, well, is it okay to boo your own team when they're playing poorly? Should you boo your own team when they're playing poorly? And it's like, and I get it. Like if you're a diehard, you may think like, no, you should never boo your team. You should always like support them because that's what you need. You're a fan, which is short for fanatic, for a reason. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every fan base in America boos their own team at some point. When things get dark, everyone boos their own team at some point, one or another.
Well,
there was a lot of
in Philadelphia too,
especially if you're in Philadelphia. Yeah, in fact, Philadelphia, I don't even think they ever boo the opponent. I think they just only boo their own team.
I don't think they've ever cheered either.
It's wild. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why they're called the Birds, short for Boo Birds. So I think that the Mets, I think Mets fans are getting ripped on a lot right now because like, oh, you shouldn't ever boo your own team. No. People boo their own team all the time. And you'll see it like with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they'll be the first fans to tell you that, oh, we have the best fans in baseball. They'll go out of their way to tell you that they have the best fans in baseball. Okay. And they'll always say, oh, you can't boo your own team. You can't boo your own. We would never boo our own player, no matter how poorly they were. That's not true. That's not true. I've been to even a Cardinals game if people want to say they're the best fans in baseball, even they are booing their fans. I went to a game. Jason Isringhausen was their closer, blew a 4-run lead in the 9th inning, and he was booed as he was walking off the mound. As they came off to give me the ball, let's bring in someone else. He's walking back to the dugout, booed by the entire stadium. Okay. I was cheering because they were playing the Dodgers and I wanted them to. But if you think that your fan base is above booing a bad team, that's not, you're wrong. You're wrong. Oh, here we go. Here's Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan, trash takes. Oh, thank you, Jack. First of all,
thanks, Jack.
You. He says, I'll boo Bryce Harper if he draws a walk instead of hitting a home run for that money. See? And that's what I believe Jack is, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jack is in Philadelphia.
He is.
So that's what I'm saying. It's okay to boo your own team. And if you're a fan that you think that your team or your fan base is above booing your own team, you're just wrong. That's wrong. Every fan base has booed their own team at some point or another. And at some point, your team's going to be bad enough to where you will probably want to boo your own team. Well, and that's where the Mets have been at. They've been sucky this month.
I will add to that. At some point, the booing does stop, though. Like if you're a Pirates fan, the booing does eventually stop because it gets tiring. You can't boo that much. It's not physically possible.
And I get that. The Pirates are beyond that. No, my question, AD, at what point, like, what's worse, booing your own team or the sarcastic cheering? Because I feel like that's the level where the Pirates are at.
Cheering. Yeah,
sarcastic cheering is like that's where Pirates fans are.
Yeah. Just chirping too. Chirping is a good one too.
But it's not okay to boo the Cardinals because those players play for the fans, not the money. All right, get out of here, Mob. Mob's in St. Louis. Get out of here. That's not. Jack Ryan says the sarcastic cheer is much worse than booing. The sarcastic cheer might be worse than booing.
Much more obnoxious too, and it really, I think it speaks more than booing. Actually,
it does. Like maybe the Mets should try that. Maybe the Mets should, like, instead of booing their team when Javi Baez, when he hits a double, don't boo him. Or if he comes off the field or if he comes up to the plate, don't boo him. Do the sarcastic cheering because players can sense that. Players can sense the sarcastic cheering. And to me, that thing cuts much deeper than a boo.
It does. It does.
Oh man! All right, let's before we get out of here, let's get to a Frank fact. Frankie, former Cork Bats guy. He hits us with a fun fact at the end of every episode, and we just revel in that fact.
Yeah, that's all we can do, really.
Yeah, it's really all we can do. Hang on, I'm posting this to Twitter. Here we go. All right.
Oh, must be a good one today. Frank's.
All right.
I mean, it's always good. What am I talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's a Frank fact. Frank fact. Okay. AD, you ready for this? Today's Frank fact. There hasn't been a left-handed catcher in the major leagues since 1989.
But why though? Is it this reminds me of the left-handed quarterback. Tua, of course, has brought that back. Tua is a left-handed quarterback.
Right. Yeah. Tua.
I think before
Steve Young,
him,
another great.
It was
another
Kellen. I think Kellen Moore was the last starting left-handed quarterback.
Yeah.
And that was like 2012, I think, or something like that.
Well, now Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. So that should tell you how long ago it was.
Right. But it's got to be something with, are there more right-handed batters in the MLB? Like the way, like, I'm just like, like they throw the ball. Would it hit the right-handed batter, because he's a lefty? What is the reasoning behind that?
Yeah. That's a good question. Because I don't know. Please.
If there's like a baseball scout out there, or if there's someone that can help explain this, like
I know it's a baseball. There's a baseball reason to it. It's the same reason you don't see left-handed third baseman. Well, that one makes sense. The left-handed third baseman, because you'd have to reach across your body. Wait, no. This would be, you'd have to reach across your body to make the dive, and then you'd have to turn
down the third baseline.
Yeah, that's my left-handed throwing motion.
But you could say the same thing for first base. Like that's why there aren't any right-handed first basemen. But there are.
Yeah. No, that's true. I don't know. I don't know. AD.
No, but he's a right-handed too. He pitches right-handed. I was gonna say, what's his name? Ohtani was gonna switch to catcher just to do it, but he's right-handed. Is he right-handed?
Yeah, he's right-handed. Yeah, he's right-handed.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe he would switch to left-hand just for the sake of doing it, just to say that.
If Ohtani, okay, look, and we don't talk enough about how great Ohtani is. He's amazing. He's literally he's this generation's Babe Ruth, and that's not.
He's going to win the MVP, no doubter, right? I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
He's so good. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm spoiled, like a spoiled sports fan. But I'll be really impressed if he plays catcher left-handed.
He hasn't done much until he does.
Not that like we should be asking any more of him. Yeah, not that we should be asking any more of him. He's already done more than we could ever even imagine. But I would be really impressed if he was a left-handed catcher.
I would say if he's a true utility player that he would make that move, because I'm not seeing it until he does that.
Hey, Shohei, bet you won't, dude. Bet you won't.
You won't.
You won't, dude. I'm just saying. Come on. Prove your greatness, dude. You really want to be great? Try catching left-handed, okay? Then we'll talk about you being the greatest of all time.
Until then, I don't know if we can have that conversation.
Oh my gosh. Hey, do us a favor. Follow at Korkbats2 on Instagram. We're trying to get to 150 followers by Thursday. What's Thursday? That's the day it launches. Korkbats2 on Instagram. If you are hearing my voice right now, whether it be on the podcast or the live stream, go to Instagram right now. We got a little bit of content up there already. Some little teaser clips at Korkbats2 on Instagram. It's dropping Thursday. You're going to want to be there. You're going to want to follow it. Trust me, the content is great.
Post notifications too. A little bell.
Yes, set post notifications. We're gonna have a nice little rollout for this thing, and then it's gonna be boom. We're gonna be hitting you with some great content throughout the football season. Yeah, we're so excited to be back on the Instagram platform after getting our account removed by Dana White in the UFC. Thanks, guys. That was awesome.
Really cool. Yeah, really cool.
And that's gonna do it for that. So we would appreciate it if you guys we're trying to get to 150 followers by Thursday. Help us get there. We seriously would mean a lot to us.
Yes, it would.
And yeah, so that's gonna be the big thing that's the big news for Cork Bats this week. Our new Instagram account, and then Saturday, college football,
College
slate.
football's officially back. Week 1,
officially back.
Week 0's over. Week 1, here we come, baby.
And week 0, I don't think you can count. Look, no offense to Illinois or Nebraska fans out there, but I don't think you can count week 0 because it's literally 0. That means nothing. 0 means nothing. So week 0 means nothing. This is week 1, and I am so excited for football season.
Officially.
Alabama, Miami this weekend, I think, right?
Woo. Yeah.
Jeez.
Get your couch ready.
I have a boner right now. You can't see it. Even if the camera was pointed down, you still wouldn't be able to see it.
It's
but
out
just
there,
take
though.
my word for it. It is out there. All right, AD, you got anything for the road?
I just want to give us a quick pat on the back for not talking about the Jake Paul fight at all. Just quick pat.
Hey,
we did it. We did it.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
And here I'm gonna do a little example here. Don't forget to water your plants. Right here.
Ooh, nice! Look at him. He's actually doing it live right there on camera.
Live watering. Watering.
Hey, also, since college football does start this week, I mean, it does for most teams, but not every team. Ladies and gentlemen, your first Bow to Win college football update of the season.
When are they back? Go Bears.
Go Polar Bears. Yeah, they're
they
on the road at Hamilton College on September 18th.
That's always a tough matchup. So good luck to our Bowdoin College football team out there.
Bowdoin. Yeah, what did I say? Bow to Win? I think
so.
It's
I already forgot.
This podcast, The Junk Drawer, is your number one source for all things Bowdoin College football. We
will
next
week.
We will hit you with an update every week. Yeah, we'll let you know how practice is going. We still have 3 weeks? Damn, we still have 3 weeks. They start a week after the NFL does. That's insane. So Bowdoin College, first game at Hamilton College in Clinton, New York. I think all of our calendars are circled for that one, right?
Go Bears.
Go Polar Bears. Fight Bowdoin. Fight. I don't even know if that's.
That sounded good.
Thank you. It felt good. All right. What is the word I say to get out of here? What is it?
What is it again?
Oh, wait. What?
Yeah. It's ahoy.
Oh, that's right. Ahoy.